Welcome to another Near Protocol update. Like always, make sure to check out our YouTube memberships and our Patreon if you want access to all of our charts and if you want access to our daily Discord updates for only like $5 a month. And this video was actually recommended by one of our Gold members. So if you want to be a Gold member, you can also choose an altcoin for me to cover every single month. So please, check the memberships out if you want. And let's see what's happening with Near Protocol. So as you can see, we just got to the 0.618 support level right here, and we actually used it as support. Now this was a second wave move down, and this was a very big ABC down, so that's why we went down so much. Yes, we did go down from like, let's say $9 to about, about $2, and yes, this might seem like a lot, but it's not really a lot when you look at it from a bigger perspective. I still think that Near Protocol will most likely still get another third wave right here. Now how high the third wave will go, it's really hard to say. The 200% extension is at $83. By the way, that's the 200% extension of the first wave. So, I mean, could we get there? Well, maybe, but then again, maybe not. I mean, right now we're at $3, which would mean that we would have to go up quite a lot to get to that level. I mean, just from this low, let's say from like $2.81 or so, we would have to go up like 3000%. Is that realistic? Well, I don't know. I mean, maybe it is, but maybe it's not. Now, something like this did happen in the previous cycle. If you look at this pump right here, for example, Near Protocol still went up quite a lot. It went from about $1.50 all the way up to like, let's see, about $21, and this was a 1000% pump, and it happened in the post-halving year. Which, I mean, this shows you that it is theoretically possible for Near to do something like this. Also, something that I need to talk about is the fact that Near actually topped right here in January of 2022 when Bitcoin was already going down, and it actually had a double top, and it had another top in April of 2022, which is actually extremely, rare, because I don't think any other altcoin actually did this. Now, of course, in April we did not form another high, but we were very close to doing that, so Near was actually very good in the previous cycle, and it actually topped almost 1 year after some of the other altcoins. So I mean, maybe in this cycle we'll see something similar. And also keep in mind, right now we don't really have 5 waves up for the first wave. The first wave move up only has 3 waves, so this could always fail, and this could always turn into a, messy structure, and maybe it will happen, but maybe it will not happen, considering the fact that right now we are reacting to the 0.618 support level. However, if we do not get a reaction, and if for some reason Near Protocol does not go up as much as the other altcoins when Bitcoin dominance finally starts breaking down, then maybe what happened in the previous cycle is the reason why. Maybe in this cycle we will just do what we did right here, and instead of topping when the other altcoins stop, Near Protocol will actually try topping in the next year, or maybe in April of next year. Now, of course, we cannot really judge what will happen right now based on what happened in the previous cycle. However, this 1-2 setup right here, if you want to call this a 1-2 setup, I mean, it's clearly a 1-2-3-4 setup. However, if you only look at the structure, this thing right here looks very similar to what we have right now. So maybe this was also a 3-wave move and I just counted it wrong. I mean, that could also be the case. This 1-2 setup right here, it's very weird. So maybe you could say that this was only a 3-wave up, and if you do say that, maybe you're correct after all, because this is an ABC down. And also, I mean, even if you look at it that way, this is still a big 1-2 setup no matter what you think about it. And right now we are still working on the third wave. Now, of course, the third wave, I mean, it's going to take, even decades, maybe like 10 years or so to do this, and I don't know if we will actually do it. Obviously, if we do manage to get to these levels right here, it's going to be insane. But let's not look, too far into the future. Let's actually focus on the first 5 waves of the first wave of that third wave move to the upside, and this is what I think we should do in this cycle. Now, like I said, in the previous cycle, when I look at it that way, I mean, maybe we only formed a 3-wave up, meaning that in this cycle we could do the exact same thing again. Now, could we theoretically get to like $83? Well, maybe, like I said. I mean, Near Protocol does not have a huge market cap, so of course it could do something like that. but I don't know if it's gonna happen this year or if it's gonna happen next year or if it's gonna happen at all. So actually let me give you another extension in case you do not really want to wait until $83 and lose your money in the bear market. So let me put a couple of other extensions on the chart. For example, the 1.618 would also be a very good one. It's at $35. And let's also put on the 1.414 extension, which is at about $22. Now this would not really be enough for a third wave move up, but it's gonna be difficult to get through this level. So once we get to this level, $35 is going to become more and more likely, and if we actually break above that, then the 200% extension would theoretically be possible. Now let's talk about the short term and what Near Protocol is doing, because this is also important. As you can see, we went below the bull market support band and we dropped even below the 200-day moving average, which is the blue line on the chart, and obviously this is not great, and until we get back above the bull market support band and above the 200-day moving average, I cannot confirm that the low is in. Also, we need 5 waves up first to be able to confirm that, and what we need to focus on right now is completing the first wave of the main third wave move to the upside. And the first wave, I mean, it's expected to do something like this, maybe, even break the highs right here, but not really go higher than that. And that should put us at about $7, maybe something like that. Of course, the first wave needs to go up in 5 waves as well. And then we will need an ABC down for the second wave. And then we could start the third wave of the third wave. And I mean, that could take a while. I don't know if it's going to happen now. And like I said, Near Protocol usually goes up and down at different times of the cycle, at least compared to the other altcoins and at least compared to Bitcoin. So it's really hard to say if we will complete the 1-2 setup right now or if we will just wait and maybe even form another type of low. Now what we need to do right now is get another cross on the bull market support band, and this is probably going to take some time because, as you can see, I mean, both of the lines right here, the green line and the red line, they are both going down, so it's going to take some time to get another cross. Now why is a cross important right now? Well, because the last time we had a cross was down here, and I was telling you this like a couple of months ago, almost 1 year ago. After we had the cross right here, at some point we would have to go up, because we usually go up after a cross on the bull market support band, and we went from like 98 cents all the way up to like $9. So we went up like 10x after we had a cross on the bull market support band where the green line went above the red line. So yeah, right now here also, by the way, we were also in a downtrend just like we are right now. So it's not going to be the end of the world if we somehow get another low right here, and if we test the 0.618 support level again before we actually do something. Now keep in mind, this chart actually looks very similar to the Ethereum chart. Now I would not really say that they are one-to-one copies of each other, but when you look at the correction, at least, I mean, Ethereum is also at the 0.618 support level, and maybe the low could be in. Now if the low is in, and if Bitcoin dominance will start breaking down at the end of the month, like I've been saying for the past few months now, then you could look at a very nice Ethereum pump back above the bull market support band and above the 200-day moving average. And if that happens, of course, Near Protocol will also go up. So if that happens, you should be looking for the 1-2 setup here, and then the third wave of the third wave, which could put us at about $35. So I think in this cycle, Near still has the possibility to top somewhere between the 1.618 right here and the 200% extension, but do not get your hopes too high. And also make sure to take profits, because you never know when we do go down how much we go down, and this is an altcoin after all. It's not a new altcoin. I mean, of course it was made in 2020, but that does not mean that it has to go up forever. Maybe it's just going to go to zero. So please, don't take any risks and don't invest, what you cannot lose. And also I want to talk about the RSI as well, because this is also important. So when you look at it from the weekly RSI perspective, as you can see, we did not really drop to these lows right here. Now, of course, we don't have to drop to these lows of 2023, but maybe that's what Near is going for right now. And if we do drop to these lows right here, of course, the price is going to go lower, and we do not really want to see Near drop below $1.57, because that's the 0.786 support level. So if we somehow get to these levels, we should most likely get a bounce, because if we do not, I mean, it's not going to be good. Now, of course, the invalidation point for the whole 1-2 setup is at this low right here, which is at 98 cents, and from where we're at right now, we would still have to go down another like 65%. So I don't think that's gonna happen, but you never know. Like I said, please do not risk your money and please invest, carefully. But yeah, I mean, if we do get to this extent, extension, we could theoretically get at these RSI levels again. Now, we don't have to do that. Maybe we're just going to find support here, or maybe we actually found support right here at a, higher low. And I mean, NIR is still looking good in my opinion. There's nothing to be worried about right now, but the market situation is a bit confusing, so nobody really knows if Ethereum will get another low or if the low is already in. Now again, the 0.618 support level is extremely important. It's the golden cross, so we should see some type of bounce at least, which, could test the bull market support band. And on the Ethereum chart right now, that's at about $2,700 and, $3,000. So if we get back above $3,000, I think you could say that the low is already in. And I mean, second thing about NIR protocol, although on this chart the bull market support band is way closer to the price, so what we need to do right now is get above $4.70. That's where the bull market support band is right now. Of course, it's going to go lower by the by the time you maybe see this video. I don't know when you're gonna watch this. Maybe you're gonna watch it when I upload it, or maybe you're gonna watch it like weeks later. And if that's the case, it will most likely go lower by the weeks. And I mean, we should get back above it and above the 200-day moving average. And once that happens, I'm expecting the third wave to start after we complete the 1-2 setup. So yeah, that's all I have. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to check out our YouTube memberships and our Patreon if you want access to all of our charts, and if you want access to our daily Discord updates for only like $5 a month. Like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.